This is the cover of his book. It's a very affordable little book. You can get it on Amazon or Book Depository or any even local bookstores. Focusing he describes as a natural capacity. So Gene Gillen says we can all do it. A natural capacity that connects people with their inner knowing. An inner knowing that is not yet formed into words or thoughts, so it's non-analytical, and it cannot be accessed by intellect alone. It involves dipping into the body and listening for a felt sense. It means we really feel it. If you go on to the next slide. And it's a systematic, which is wonderful. A systematic, so you can do this and get the results, it's predictable, of gaining access to your body's intelligence. So we have the specific steps, and focusing works at that interface between the conscious and the unconscious. We allow the unconscious to come up into our conscious through our body experience. So it's more than being in touch with emotions and feelings. It's more than thinking, and it's more than just sensing the body. It's a felt sense of all of those things in one big whole. Okay, so in the next slide, what we find is that focusing speaks to the things that we're now finding out about our body, that our body spontaneously recognizes the whole of any situation. It takes in anything in one big gulp, whereas our mind takes in certain aspects of data, our feelings take in others. And so we've been blessed with this data receiving machine that then processes inside our body. And so focusing taps into that whole mind-body experience. So for some people who have experience of mindfulness, if we go on to the next slide, I just want to just draw a brief distinction between meditation or mindfulness and focusing. So meditation and mindfulness are profoundly healing practices, and we know that we encourage our clients to use them. The difference between focusing and mindfulness is while it can be done inwardly, sitting quietly, it's an engaged process of self-exploration. So where mindfulness might encourage us just to watch the thoughts pass by, surf the urge, let the feelings go and release them, and just noting. Focusing would encourage us to go in and sense for the more of that thing that keeps coming back. So if you go on to the next slide. So the way that focusing parts away from meditation and mindfulness is in its application. It encourages us and our clients to go into our body, often between our throat and our belly to start, and get in relationship with the issue, problem, curiosity. So if I'm having a creative block due to stress at work, with mindfulness, I might just note the stress. With focusing, I'll go in and try and get a description of it. It's a tight constriction in my stomach. Oh, and it's kind of knotted like steel wool. Oh my goodness, and it's got bits of pieces in the steel wool that are all stuck to it. We really engage with how our body knows about this. And then we ask for the more of it and wait to receive it. So we kind of communicate with it like we're talking to a good friend. That's the difference. Okay, so if we get